What's up, everybody? This is Jay. This video is about who will be Ghost's new love interest in season 5 of Power. Now, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified of all my new videos. And let's get into it. Vote above and let me know who you think will be his next love interest. Now, everybody that's been following the show, we all know that Ghost didn't get no nookie in season 4. Ever since he got out of jail, nobody's been there to show him how much they care about him. Now, that's pretty sad for Ghost. We all know he's probably got a lot of stress that he's willing to release, and no one has been there on his side to help him out. And considering everything that he's been through, he's been pretty calm and kind of held it together pretty good. But we know something's got to give. The levee's going to break, so to speak. And so what's going to happen in season 5? Let's see. As we saw, the last thing that happened in season 4 was that he was dealing with the death of Raina. And so I'm sure that's a lot of stress going on. I'm sure it's a lot of frustration. And the only thing that could make him feel just a tad better is to release some of that stress. Tasha's been giving them side eye all episode, looking like the Exorcist. He has no idea how mad she's been at him to that level. Look at those eyes. And so one thing that Ghost really needs to do is find some form of stress relief, some form of help, something to help get his mind off, if only for a moment, just to help with all the things he's been going through. I had a feeling that him and Tasha may have reconciled just a bit because they had a common thing they were dealing with all the stress and hurt that was going on. But it seems Tasha wasn't interested because she was too busy focusing on Terry Waterhead ass. Now, although Terry tried to proclaim his love and want to fight for her love in that episode, in the end, she kind of realized Terry is not the man that she wants, and he's not the man that she needs, because he's too soft and he's broke and he really doesn't have a lot going for himself. Now, Tasha has kind of disconnected from Ghost emotionally, so it kind of leaves her in a weird space as well. But when she went to go see Terry to return his services, he said, I can be your lover or I can be your lawyer, but I can't be both. And right then, Tasha had no problem cutting a check and canceling Christmas on his ass. So what we see is she's not really interested in having him as a lover anymore. So who will she have as a lover? We all know Tasha likes to get her business done too. So maybe in season 5, her and Ghost may connect, just if only for stress relief purposes, as if therapeutic. Now, Terry, he was confused. He had that notebook paper ass forehead with them 5-6 lines ready to write a story on why she don't want him no more. But in the end, Terry, he just not something that Tasha can deal with. She's too strong of a woman for Terry. Terry's not strong enough. And although I had some viewers saying that Tasha's emotionally disconnected from Ghost and he needs to just pay her like a partner in a business, whether that's the case or not, nobody's ever going to know her like he does, and nobody's ever going to know him like she does. And for that, they'll always have a bond, which was proven when they were trying to help with Tariq. They were both on the same page. They didn't really have to talk and say much. They understood what needed to be done. They both handled their sides of the business, and it was just kind of smooth to see how they worked together. So in the end, I have a feeling that they may get back together, if only for a brief moment, just as a stress relief purposes. Now, who else would there be besides Tasha that could possibly be in the picture? We'll go down the list of possible suspects on who Ghost may get together with in season 5. Now, one person that's highly unlikely but still a possibility is Karen Bassett. Now, she originally was all over Ghost. She really loved, well, I can't say love, but she really liked him a lot. She was throwing the signs. She was kind of rubbing on his arm, hugging all on him. She was interested in how he worked. She liked the way he thought and everything. But because of all the things and drama that Ghost had, she kind of got an attachment to Dre. and Dre kind of swooped up in there and tried to put the moves on her, but he never actually hit it. He never actually had any scenes in season 4 with her at all, and what he really probably was interested in was Crystal's balls, so we never got to see anything happen with them. Whereas with Ghost and Karen, they actually had more scenes together and more chemistry when they were together in the previous season. So maybe they may make a comeback. Maybe he may reconcile with her business-wise once Dre is finally dead, and they can smell him later, and he's gone for good. So maybe he can make a turn and expand the empire through that way. Of course, there's Angie. Angie is the love of his life. She'll never go away as far as that aspect. And Angie always will think of what could have been. But Angie has a new job title. She always loves her job more than anything. And so will she decide to compromise her job once again for Ghost? As well as now Tasha and Angie are frenemies. Now, I can't say they're good friends, and I can't say they're no longer enemies. They're frenemies. So they work together in season 4, episode 10, to help find out where Tariq was located. And so maybe they kind of have a common understanding. But if Angie starts messing with Ghost again, I'm sure that would piss Tasha off, whether she wants to be with Ghost or not. Angie still remembers the good times and what could have been with Ghost. She still wanted to be that woman that was on the side of her man at the club, traveling around the world, jet setting, making money, being his, number one piece. And so we'll see, is she ever going to reclaim that spot? Is she ever going to become the woman that she had once wanted to be? Now, she has a great job. She's the head of Criminal. But Saxe is trying to put pressure on bringing that girl Maria in there. Is she going to try to step in and try to save Ghost that way and stop from that Maria crap from season 1, episode 1? Or is she going to pursue Ghost? Is she going to realize, hey, this is the man I love. We were destined to be together. Let's make it work. He's clean now. When she found out about his daughter being dead, Raina, the first thing she did after checking it out at work is go over there and try to talk to him and see what's going on. And although she still had her way about seeing what's in his bag or saying he gonna lose everything or whatever, in the end she cared about him and she loved him and she wanted to make sure he was all right. Now, she did care about Raina to a certain extent, but in the end she wanted to see about Ghost. And when she saw him at the party that was honoring her for her promotion, she wanted to try to stay focused at the task at hand, but she couldn't resist still giving him a little play. It was just a little, but she still flirted with him. She still wanted to see how everything was going with him, and he tried to pull off to the side and talk to her, and because it was her big day and a lot of people was around, she really didn't give him too much attention. But she still entertained the thought, meaning she still has feelings for him. And of course, after all that she's put him through, putting him in jail, embarrassing him and making him look like a fool and all of that, he still loves this girl, which is crazy, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Now, Angie, the ball is in her court. Because if she says that she wants him back, or if she gives him play, the first thing he'll do is go run into her. It's just that easy for her. And so we'll see how that works out. Here's another far-fetched idea, Keisha. Now, what if Ghost was somehow to hook up with Keisha? Highly unlikely, but plausible. The reason why? Keisha's very beautiful. And Keisha's also down to earth. She knows him, and she also is money hungry, and she kind of got pissed off at Tasha and all the things that Tasha had her going through, and she was kind of hurt with what was going on with Tommy. And all Keisha got to do is dress up nice, let him see some of them thick thighs or that badonkadonk, and he might be hypnotized. She a very beautiful woman, and she probably could be with Ghost. She probably would have been a better fit from the get-go in the show if she was the main woman instead of Tasha as the actor. But anyway, her and Tasha have already had problems. They've already had arguments. They are best friends. So I doubt that would be highly unlikely, because if he did get with Keisha, that would cause problems with Tasha as well as Tommy, and it would just be a whole mess. It would probably break up the whole show in reality, because it would be too many people fighting and arguing. Another possibility is Alicia Jimenez. Now, when he first met her, when him and Tommy went to have the meeting, he said, damn, that's the type of woman he liked. He wouldn't mind burying his bone in that backyard that she got. Now, when he saw her, now she's dangerous, and Tommy said, be careful, that kitty got claws, meaning, hey, you don't want to necessarily mess with her. But the reason why I think that's an option is because when him and Tommy went to meet with her, she liked the way he spoke. She liked his style, and she kind of understood how he was coming from business-wise. So it didn't really get into detail on whether she may have found him attractive or not, but he's not a bad-looking guy, so maybe she did. We definitely had the clues that he found her attractive. And once again, Dre is out of the picture. That may open up the possibility for him to get with her. She may even have Dre killed and come to him and say, hey, we did this for you. And then it may end up bringing a possibility where they hook up or whatever the case. Again, it's highly unlikely, I believe, that they hook up. I'm just going through the list of possibilities. Now, Alicia Jimenez, she was in the movie Nacho Libre as well. I don't know if any of y'all may remember her from there. She's made a big change from that point. But in this, in Power, she's playing a badass. And Dre, he's going to end up getting them into a bunch of stuff that they don't want to get involved with. At war with Tommy's people, the Italians, possibly at war with Ghost and Kanan, as well as possibly in war with the Serbians. And they may have to make a union, Game of Thrones style, her and Ghost, to get it out of there. Now, another possibility is Olivia Gorman, the TV reporter. This is a picture of her when she's not working as a reporter on the scene. Now, he originally met her when she was doing the interview of his family through Simon Stern when he was trying to reshape his image. And she originally came and she was giving him a couple hard-nosed questions to him and Tasha, and trying to see where they stood as for the sake of the interview. And she's a pretty woman as well. She ends up somewhat being Ghost type in the sense that she's a pretty woman, and of course he liked pretty women like most men, but she's also kind of assertive, and it seems that he likes that as well. When she was talking to him, she made the points about Tasha's ring and other things, but where she really kind of made her move is later that evening when they had the reception at his club, and she was talking to him and she was saying how she likes to really get to know her subjects intimately, and that she would really like to know the truth about who he is. And then she pointed out that your wife no longer loves you. It's obvious. So she's planted the seeds already in his head that, hey, I may be your next jump off piece. You can come on ahead and tap this if you want. I know you got a lot of built up frustration by being in jail and everything. If you want to let off some steam as well as anything else that gets let out, come my way. And he kind of gave her the look like, oh, really? And so he was kind of catching that vibe, and he really was liking it. Look how they were looking at each other. He got the point that she was poking him with. So I think this is the strongest possibility of who he will be with next season. Now, when she was interviewing him on the street, one thing that they were doing is he started giving a little conversation that tickled her fancy, so to speak. And one thing that women like is someone that can make them laugh. And he was able to start to put a smile on her face. And he was giving a few little jokes here or there, talking in Espanol as well as other things. And she couldn't help but be all smiles. She was all into him. And it seemed like she was throwing it to him. The only thing is, he wasn't trying to catch it. He had his hands down. He wasn't trying to be a wide receiver and catch that what she was throwing at him. But that doesn't mean he didn't file it in his memory Rolodex. So we'll see. She was all smiles. He started to smile. She warmed him up, because when the woman starts laughing at your jokes, you can't help but start smiling and making you feel good. So he started feeling good inside, something that nobody else has done for him in a while. And so we'll see. She was all in his grill. Look at that. She was like she want to check to see if the brother got cavities or something. Look, she looking all down his throat. And so we'll see if he's going to react. Now that he probably will realize that he has no other options in reality. But the bad thing, I think, is that she's going to use him for a story, and that he will sleep with her and begin to open up to her. Then she's going to backstab him just to get ahead. Although he said in Spanish, just speaking my truth, in the end, she probably will use that truth against him. And so we'll see how that works. I hope it end up working out for him and they can ride off happily ever after. But the way this show goes, and who knows what may happen. Now, the other possibility is they may bring in another beautiful unknown actress to the show, just like they brought her and Terry into the show this year. They may bring another beautiful woman that's his type, or they may make him roll out like Usher and have Thanksgiving dinner with a belly dancer. Who knows? It's all up to Courtney Kemp. And we know she got them big choppers ready, them chiclets, sick them chiclets in a juicy story. So we'll see what she ends up creating with the next season ahead. With those chiclets she got in her mouth, anything's possible. She likes the drama, and everybody else that enjoys the show does too. Will Ghost end up being alone in the mirror, looking at himself, ready to do whatever he needs to do with himself? Or will he actually find some love and actually be with somebody that he can appreciate and that appreciates him? In season 5, we'll see. But I gave you the rundown of the usual and most likely suspects. And in my book, I think it will be Olivia, the reporter, or some new person on the show. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Comment, share, like. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.